guys, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another episode of Happy Chirp. Today I have with me Urooj Akhtar, who happens to be a sales director at RepStack, जिसकी detail में हम अभी जाएंगे. We are going to talk about basically working women in Pakistan. What the environment is like in terms of, career building, women empowerment, finding work, building a career. So I think I would really want to get into that discussion with Urooj. So let's talk to her. How are you, Urooj?
I'm great. How are you, Hamna?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming, making out the time for this.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Urooj, tell me a bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where were you born and raised?
All right. So I was born in Pakistan, and when you talk about raised, I was raised in almost every city of Pakistan.
Acha.
Because my father was from judicial background, and you know how in judiciary you keep getting postings. So like every 2-3 years I spent in any city, we used to get posted out after 2 years or 3 years, and in some cases after 1 year as well. So it was quite a struggle, but that struggle taught me lots of things, especially how to be more adaptive.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then finally there came a point when we settled in Pindi, and till now I gained my adulthood in Pindi, and then I got all my further education from Rawalpindi after my 4th grade. So things became more stable.
So which cities did you spend most of your early years in? Which city were you born in?
I was actually, now here's a coincidence, I was born in Rawalpindi when we were posted here, and we happened to like the city so much that we built our home here.
Okay.
And then we lived in cities like Jhelum, Faisalabad, then Miawali, Taragang, and last station where we were posted was Rahim Yar Khan.
Okay.
So that was a district, but still it was a very interesting experience.
And where are you from, like, by blood? Where are you from?
Okay, so from my father's side, I am from Sialkot. And when you talk about my mother was born and raised in Qatar, Libya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Acha.
Yeah, so so I'm from
everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. And what was your life growing up like? I know you were moving a lot, but generally, was it, did you enjoy that, or did you, or did you not like moving around so much?
At a point, at like my early childhood years, I really enjoyed it. But then when I gained some maturity, and I felt that it was, very hard for me. It was a challenge each time when we shifted to another city. I would tell you that there are different small little cultures inside of Pakistan in different cities.
That's true.
And then when we move from one city to another, there is a whole new art of people with their different mindsets. So unke saath cope up karna, and then learning their values, and then learning to adapt to them was difficult. But again, I won't call it a curse, because it proved out to be really great for my personal life, because it taught me a lot of things. How to settle in, how to deal with people, and then how to make your space, where you're just an alien to them.
Yeah.
So, it was both. It was a privilege and it was a curse.
Yeah. And growing up, what did you want to be?
Growing up, so I wanted to join judiciary.
Okay.
I wanted to...
like your dad.
Yeah, he was my inspiration always and has been. So I really wanted to become a judge like him. But then when I got to hear that I'll have to go and do practice for that, law practice, at least 1 to 2 years ki compulsory thi, to enter judiciary, that held me back. And I still sort of regret that, because maybe us time I felt that I do not have that much of confidence to go and talk in a court like a lawyer. But now when I feel and I think about it, so I think that wasn't hard, because we have so many amazing female lawyers.
Yeah.
And we have so many female judges.
Yeah.
So that was I was maybe, just not too mature to understand that, my capability. But now when I see and I will look back, so it was all about, believing in myself.
Yeah.
So at that time, my parents used to tell me that you can do it. But when I was like in my 9th or 10th grade, I was not too much sure about it.
Yeah.
So then I dropped off that idea when I completed my schooling, and I went to another venture that was having medical field.
अच्छा.
तो अब उसके अंदर ये था कि I developed interest in medical. पहले जुडिशरी में इसलिए आया because my father was a judge, तो I used to go and I used to open up his books for some reason. वो law की books, they used to fascinate me a lot. जब when I completed my schooling, तो मैंने कहा चलो let's see and explore this medical field. क्यों? Because my 2 elder sisters, they were already in their house shop and they had completed their medical school. तो now they were doing their house shops, और फिर उनकी जो एक journey थी वो बड़ी interesting थी. तो I thought कि I'll also pursue this. तो पूरी family sisters doctors हो जाएंगी. तो and then a sister, we are like four sisters and one brother. तो जो third number वाली sister थी, she was also trying to pursue medical at that time. तो मैंने कहा कि चलो family business ही हो जाएगा.
You were the youngest sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So, but then that idea also got dropped off.
Why?
Now, here is the thing. I did develop my interest in medical, but when I pursued FSC pre-medical, what happened was that there was a time जब हम लोग, my sisters, they used to get lots of night calls, night duties. तो वो hospital में होती थी. And me, my mother, we used to go and give them food, dinner, cook करके लेके जाना उनके पास and उनको देना. तो we used to go to hospital, and for some reason मुझे वो hospital का एक environment, it used to give me anxiety. When I used to enter hospital, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा एक anxiety सी होती थी कि okay, this environment, and then panic और थोड़ा बहुत emotional scenarios going on. तो and then like there were times कि जब my sisters used to have their duties in emergency ward, तो वहाँ पर blood भी गिरा होता था. तो that was like something, it convinced me not to pursue this field.
Right.
And this happened after my second year, because
you had already second year. Achha.
Yeah, second year of FSC.
FSC, yeah.
So this happened after the second year of FSC, जब मैंने MCAT दे दिया था, clear कर लिया था, and then I started to think that I have to do a job. Like if I get this medical degree, मैंने definitely
ये करना है.
तो then when I envisioned that if I'll have to work in a hospital, तो मुझे इधर ही रहना पड़ेगा, night duties भी करनी पड़ेंगी. And then I'm a sort of a person, not many people know about this, but I cannot see cuts and wounds. I just cannot see them. तो मैंने कहा कि how would I be able to do this? How would I be able to operate someone when I'm not comfortable even looking at it? So that thing then put me off from medical field. And then I decided not to pursue medical.
It's interesting because both times you had that sort of self-awareness that this is something I don't think that I should be doing, you know, because a lot of people, once they sort of, decide something or get inspired by something, they don't really think about whether it really is for them, so it's interesting that you had that reflection consistently of whether you really want to do this or not, because a lot of people don't do that. They're either just doing what their parents are telling them or what people around them are telling them, या जिस चीज़ का स्कोप है या जो ज़्यादातर लोग कर रहे हैं. But it's nice that you really thought about it. That's good. Even though you had given the MCAT. Yeah. I
had given the MCAT and I had gotten the admission in the same university my sisters got passed out from. तो वो सारा that was settled. But then convincing my family that now I don't want to pursue this, that was really hard for me to do that because they were like, koi nahi, you will get used to of it. You are just young and you are just getting scared. But I was like, if I'm not comfortable at the place I'll be working at, I don't think that I want to pursue this field. So that was something it was like enlightening. It was very hard for me to decide not to pursue it because I got lots of comments that you really should be opting for it. तुम्हारी बहनें already doctor हैं. मिल के हॉस्पिटल बनाएंगे. So things like that. लेकिन I decided not to pursue it, and then when I proposed that I want to do business administration.
So different. I can imagine. Achha.
Yeah. So when I proposed this idea at my home, so that was like totally a shift from whatever I wanted before and now whatever I want. Because that was something none of my family members ever pursued. And they were like, उस वक्त हम ना इतनी ज़्यादा fields नहीं आई थी, इतनी ज़्यादा awareness नहीं थी. उस वक्त there were like two main fields, doctor या engineer, and then bank में काम कर लिया, army में चले गए. तो why I chose business administration? क्योंकि I since my like childhood I do research about each and everything. तो मैं research कर रही थी कि what else fields I can choose. तो उसमें CA भी मेरे option में आया.
ठीक है.
लेकिन CA मैंने इसलिए नहीं किया क्योंकि mathematics is something that I do not want to I did not want to pursue at that time. So and then I also had searched कि if I start BBA, business administration, and for some reason I want to pursue CA afterwards. तो CA के कुछ modules होते हैं जो आप skip करके उसके end वाले modules दे सकते हो if you are a business graduate.
Oh, okay, interesting.
तो मेरे mind में ये भी option आ गया कि चले if this does not work out for me, I'll have another way around. तो कोई बात नहीं, maths है, I'll try to do it, I'll go through that. FSC कर लिए तो ये भी हो जाएगा. तो I pursued business administration. My family came to an understanding because they were always that do something where you feel you can make a mark on, and you can make your name in. So they were like, okay, if you feel that this is the field where you can be confident and you can let the world know about you, so go ahead, pursue it. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है. I got अब उस वक्त I did not have much information about universities के कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है क्योंकि मुझे मेडिकल कॉलेजेस इसकी सारी रिसर्च की हुई थी, रिफा की, इस्लामिक इंटरनेशनल की. तो यूनिवर्सिटीज़ का मुझे कुछ ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं था. So what I did was that मेरे घर के जो करीब यूनिवर्सिटी थी that was Fatma Jinnah. So I just applied there and I got my admission there. I did not apply anywhere else क्योंकि already मैं बहुत late हो चुकी थी. और अगर मैं और late करती तो I did not have any option left. तो Fatma Jinnah was the only option जिसके admissions अभी तक open थे and that was near my home. So I applied there. So I got my admission. I started my business administration. So in the beginning, it was quite, I would say, an experience. Okay. Yeah. Why? Because in the beginning, again, I had shifted again from like two fields, जिनको मैं consider कर रही थी, and I ended up in BBA. I was really confused if this will work out or not. I was scared that if I'll be able to do and accomplish my career.
Yeah, and understand these subjects, right? Because you've been studying science.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, first semester started off and I decided कि अब जो भी है ना, I'll have to ace it. तो मैंने अब करना है,
I'll have to. जो भी है, I'll have to ace it.
Yeah. तो बस I started off and first semester गुजरा. I just understood people there. क्योंकि whenever I go somewhere, I first understand my environment. तो एक environment कैसी थी? I went from like all my life I studied in the private sector. This was a government one. So understanding people around me, understanding what are the processes, and then definitely when you go from college to university, तो वैसे ही बहुत बड़ा difference होता है. So when I understood each and everything, I got to know कि Fatma Jinnah is a university that is very underrated.
अच्छा.
हाँ, क्योंकि now why I say this, because there are so many opportunities that are present in these universities, Fatma Jinnah, Quaid-e-Azam, US aid programs, exchange programs, and even British Council ke programs, they directly come to this university. And yahan se they shortlist their students, they shortlist students for other opportunities, and then I also availed many opportunities being in Fatma Jinnah. So I was made the president of Event Society, or I started to work with British Council while I was studying.
Okay.
So that was something like that really, boosted my confidence. I'm going somewhere. This is happening. So other than studies, मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा I started to participate in extracurriculars, sports, क्योंकि sports जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा होता था, and then events बहुत ज़्यादा होते थे Fatma Jinnah के.
I've heard the teachers at Fatma Jinnah are really good.
They are extremely good.
Yeah, like anybody who I meet from Fatma Jinnah, they always have good things to say about it. And the teachers, and even the girls that I meet from Fatma Jinnah, they're so confident. They're confident. They know so much. They're very, ambitious. And they have goals. This is something that I've noticed in girls from Fatma Jinnah. So I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
exactly. And the reason behind it, because Fatma Jinnah mein there are only females.
Yeah.
And when you talk about these studies, you have to, go for lots of assignments, projects, and all these things. So ये हमें total अपने own पे करना होता था. So we had no other help. ये सब कुछ जाना, different companies में जाना, interviews conduct कराना, and then there is such a great healthy competition जो वहाँ पर start हो जाता है university में, कि you want to come at the top, and not only like studies wise, वहाँ पर इतनी ज़्यादा छोटी societies हैं आप, and then you become a part of them, and then you try to excel in those societies. That gets you confidence, that gets you going. उसके बाद उनके job fairs बहुत ज़्यादा exciting होते हैं. तो yeah, Fatma Jinnah is like a great opportunity to be in. मुझे उस वक्त नहीं पता था. When I entered my first semester, I knew no one. All my friends, they were like in different universities of Islamabad. मैंने Islamabad की university choose नहीं की because that was far away from my home and I did not want to travel daily. तो I just chose whatever was near. क्योंकि उस वक्त मुझे इतनी awareness नहीं थी कि universities का भी impact पड़ता है आपकी studies पे. So but when I got there, तो पहले semester में I did hear some point of views कि you shouldn't have chosen this maybe. You should have chosen fast maybe, or Beria. So I got worried because of this in my first semester कि मुझे लग रहा था कि शायद मैंने properly university की research नहीं की अपनी.
But in hindsight now you think that it was a good decision, right?
It was. It turned out to be a great decision for me. So I enjoyed my time. I had some amazing friends, and those friends that I made in Fatma Jinnah, they are also excelling in their careers.
I am not surprised. Yeah, I know. I've seen that pattern with girls from there. So then, what was your first job after graduation?
Okay, so first job started off when I was studying with British Council.
ठीक है.
And उसके बाद then I did my internship after that. तो internship मैंने Bank of Punjab में की. And then I started to work at another company that was like remote based.
Okay.
Not a very good experience, I would tell you. Why? Because that was remote, and उस पे ये होता था, I started off as their salesperson. तो उसमें ये होता था that you were given a dialer and you have to keep dialing on it. They used to give us like 1,000, 2,000 leads, और उनमें से like 100 या 200 calls में से एक pick हो जाए तो बहुत बड़ी luck की बात थी.
And you had to then convert those sales, right? Yeah.
And the problem was that we could not even talk to those people. There was a keyboard जिससे हमने operate करना होता था, and that was a robotic voice that used to go out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were like straight hang-ups, or there was no base salary as well.
Okay.
So क्या था that you have to keep calling, and let's say if you get any calls picked, तो आप you'll just get some amount of commission on that.
Yeah.
So there was no base salary. I continued with them for like 2-3 months, and then I left it. So after completing my university, मैंने सोचा, after doing this job as well, I thought of enhancing my skill set.
Okay.
I did not want to just start off with a job. I wanted to have some more skill set, because अभी तक मैंने सिर्फ educational level तक पढ़ा था university में. I wanted to see and I wanted to explore कि इस business administration field में कौन से skill sets हैं जिनको मैं, I'll just polish them and I'll end up with better opportunities. So I got to learn about a platform, DG Skills.
Right.
वहाँ से I got freelancing courses, I got digital marketing, graphic designing. I enhanced my skills.
Yeah, and you paid for these courses and everything?
No, it's all free.
Okay,
DG
it was
Skills,
free.
Yep,
DG Skills is free?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's free, and I enhanced my skill set. And again, amazing instructors on that platform were there. So I got lots of amazing knowledge. After that, then I thought, okay, now I'll apply again.
Okay.
To a better opportunity maybe this time. So I started my search, और search के बीच में क्या हुआ कि I started Fiverr. I just set up my Fiverr account and I started content writing on Fiverr. तो उसके ऊपर मैं content लिखती थी, and I used to just bid on some projects, and then I used to get a few of them. तो उनको मैंने complete किया, and then I thought of creating my own blog.
Okay.
So because I was like, since like my teenage life, I was very much into fitness.
Okay.
So and weight training.
Okay.
So I wanted to write about it. मैंने कहा कि अपना blog
interesting.
article start करते हैं.
Okay.
So I started off, I created a Wix website, and मैंने अपने blogs लिखना शुरू किए. Urooj Sketch उसका नाम किया, and my blogs got great reviews, and उस पे comments भी आते थे, unknown लोगों के comments आते थे. Friends को तो मैं कह ही देती थी ये comment करना, but I started getting views, lots of them. And then while I was writing those blog articles, I was also learning about SEO. कि मैं उनको rank कैसे करूँ better.
Can you please tell us about SEO for all the girls that are watching? What is SEO?
I would love to. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. So whenever you're writing a piece of content, so if you want it to rank better on Google, कि मतलब let's say if I search weight training on Google, तो सबसे top article कौन सा है? तो if I want कि वो मेरा आए, तो I have to do SEO of my article. उसमें keyword research होती है. आप correct keywords search करते हैं Google पे जाके, and then you add those keywords and you add some backlinks from other blog articles to your blog, so that people come and then when they type weight training or fitness, तो आपका blog article better rank करे.
Okay, yeah.
क्योंकि mostly when we search something on Google, हम top 3-4.
Yeah, we're not going to go to the next page or the next page. So if you want people to see it, you need to know how to, do an SEO for it.
Exactly.
And that's not just like for blogs or articles, but whatever website you have, if you're selling a product or anything, the better SEO you have, the more chances you have of being discovered. Yeah.
Exactly. So I used to do SEO, and then I got my articles ranked really good on Google.
So did you how did you learn SEO? Did you take courses for SEO then?
Yeah.
Okay.
DG Skills.
Okay.
I was learning, and then I was implementing it on my blog side by side.
Okay.
So I also got content writing course from there, and then how to do SEO of them, graphic designing. So I was doing everything. I was enjoying myself doing that, but again, that was some like side hustle. I wanted to focus on my professional career as well.
Okay, yeah. And at this point, you weren't doing a job.
Yeah, I wasn't
So
doing
you
the job.
you had Fiverr and you had your own blog.
Yeah.
Right.
So one day on LinkedIn, I was just researching and I got another job opening I saw. So that was for an account manager.
Okay. Yeah.
So account manager, I thought that I'll just, be able to score this job because talking was like, and then, managing people was the art I already mastered. And I
Okay.
was posting and,
Yeah.
I was adapting.
Yeah.
So I applied for that job and that was a remote based company. And I got that job.
Okay.
It went really amazing.
Okay.
1 year का contract था उनके साथ and I started off as their account manager. I managed their clients. There were like 40 to 60 clients. उनके भी US based clients थे सारे. तो उनको मैं manage करती थी, उनको deal करती थी. That was a digital marketing agency. वो लोग now उनकी services थी SEO. And graphic designing and website development. So all those skills that I learned in during the period I was free from DG skills, I was now able to talk about these things in my job. So being an account manager. So that job went pretty well. And now when I was working at Stratagem as their account manager, what happened was that my mother came in and she was like, do you think कि तुम्हें lectureship भी देखनी चाहिए?
अच्छा.
तो मैंने कहा why is that so? She said कि that's more stable career. You might be able to excel in that. तो मैंने कहा हाँ ठीक है, I can look towards that. तो she said कि why not then? मैंने कहा उसके लिए but I'm just a bachelor's degree holder. I'll need a master's degree.
Yeah.
तो she said yes. So she said कि I really want कि you try it once. You
Okay.
go to education sector.
Okay. Yeah.
मैंने कहा सही है, I'll try it. Why not? So I got myself enrolled in MA English in University of Lahore. तो अब उसको मैंने उसके courses उठाए, उसकी books मंगवा ली. And मैंने कहा कि I'll get myself home tutoring and then I will just go and give the exams. तो ऐसे ही मैंने pursue किया उसको and it turned out to be really good. So I was doing a job with the company and
Okay.
साथ साथ I was doing
The account
my
manager position. Yeah. Okay.
साथ साथ MA English. So now when I gave my first year exams of MA English, I passed with flying colors. बड़े अच्छे marks आए. I got really happy कि चलो ये भी हो गया. Part 2 के courses उठा लिए and then finally मेरा Part 2 भी clear हो गया. Now मेरा agreement renew होना था company के
With the
साथ.
company.
Yeah. So after 1 year. But then I did not get it renewed because to go to a lectureship position in a university, you have to have some experience. तो मैंने कहा कि why not get some educational experience then?
Yeah.
अगर मैं company में काम करती रही, I'll not have any experience. तो मैंने जो भी degree की है, so I won't, it won't be of good for me. तो to get that experience, मैंने अपना contract नहीं renew करवाया, and I just started applying for teaching jobs at some schools, colleges and universities. Universities का मुझे पता था नहीं मिलेगी because they do want you to have at least master's level या MPhil.
Yeah.
तो colleges से भी कोई response वगैरह नहीं आया. And then there was like एक government opening होती थी of teachers. So I tried to apply and I tried to score that job. लेकिन whenever I used to call, वो number answer ही नहीं करते थे. वो openings आती थी and then I used to call them. मैं सुबह स्पेशली 9-10 बजे उठती थी कॉल करने के लिए, but then they never used to respond to that. तो मैंने कहा कि now what? Then I thought about it. Now here is the thing. इस सब के बीच में why didn't I just go and ask for help? या किसी से क्यों नहीं कहा कि मेरी जॉब करा दें?
हाँ.
That was something that was like पता नहीं हमारी it's in my blood. It's in our blood. Like we won't ask for कि do this favor for me.
Yeah.
Not even हम मतलब आपस में siblings भी नहीं मांग रहे होते favors एक दूसरे से. So that's why I did not do that.
Okay.
I wanted to
do it
score
myself.
Yeah, I wanted to do
अपनी
it myself.
merit पे अपनी उससे हाँ makes sense.
So because at that time I had some friends of mine जो स्कूल में already teach कर रही थी, रूट्स में टीच कर रही थी, बीकन में कर रही थी, because they started as a teacher, teaching career. तो मैंने उनको भी नहीं बताया कि I'm looking at this opportunity. तो what I did was कि मैंने अपनी CV, I just got it printed. मैंने उसके 10-12 prints निकलवाए, and all the local schools and colleges in my area, I just went there and मैंने वहाँ पर drop कर दी अपनी CVs. तो the same afternoon, I got some calls, and they offered me good packages, not as good as the company offered me, लेकिन when you talk about education sector, आपका थोड़ा सा होता है, difference आता है इस तरह. तो मैंने कहा चलो, it's for better good. एक opportunity मुझे पसंद आई उसमें से, I wanted to avail it. So the very next day, I called them back and मैंने कहा
went for it.
Yeah. मैंने कहा I'll go for it. And next day I was like with them. So they offered me English teacher along with the vice principal. I started working as their English teacher. So अब क्या हुआ कि साथ ही कोविड हिट और स्कूल्स बंद हो गए. तो क्लासेस ऑनलाइन चली गई, एंड आई स्टार्टेड अगेन वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम. तो मैं घर से ही क्लासेस लेती थी, एंड देन आई वाज डूइंग सम मार्केटिंग फॉर दैट स्कूल सिस्टम बिकॉज आई वाज देयर वाइस प्रिंसिपल एज वेल. So I had to take care of that part too.
Which school was this?
Global school system.
Okay.
Yeah. तो I had to do that as well. तो मैं उन दोनों चीज़ों को साथ लेके चलने लग गई. Now उसके साथ साथ now what happened was कि मेरे marketing skills भी they were getting enhanced, or then I was getting more hands-on experience towards teaching and lectureship. So that was a win-win. So then I did pursue it for a while. मैंने 1 साल तक मैंने job की, and then I got to feel कि there are pros and cons of this field as well.
Okay.
And for some reason the cons like overweighed the pros.
Outweighed.
Yeah. So when that happened, मैंने कहा कि lectureship मैं नहीं pursue करूँगी.
सही है. You realize this is not something you want to do.
Yeah, because like there were a few things that hit me, and they were like I don't think I'll be pursuing this career. Pros के अंदर you get holidays, you get lots of holidays with the kids and with the students, and then there were some cons के even on weekends you're not free.
I think there's a lot of work.
There is a lot of work. There is a lot of work in education sector that we do not maybe even realize. The teachers, they are working too hard, extremely hard. And then you will be amazed to hear this out. In some schools there is a rule that a teacher cannot sit in the class, and if she starts
she has
off,
to keep standing. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
If she starts off at 8 a.m., she has to keep standing till 1 to 2 p.m.
Okay.
And she cannot sit. And even in the breaks, she'll have to give a duty to look after the kids. So these were a few things I never knew about, and I got to know about them. I got to experience them.
And I think with teaching, you take a lot of work home.
Yes.
You take a lot of work home. Teaching is just something, you come, you do it with the students, but there's so much more that you have to do, even on the smallest levels. I think even as preschool teachers or primary school teachers, the checking, the examination, the soft boards, then अब annual day आ रहा है, sports day आ रहा है, उसकी prep, it's a lot of work. And then lesson planning for each class and everything. My mom has always been a teacher.
Wow.
So I know she's always been in education. So I have a very good idea of the amount of work that goes into this, because then she was, senior mistress, head mistress, principal. She's done it all. Now she has her own school. I've also worked in her school, so I know very well.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you mean about the work. Yeah.
So again, I would say that we owe so much to these teachers. Like they do too much.
Yeah.
They are working so much, and again, we don't even realize it.
Yeah, it's very like it's not acknowledged enough.
Yes, it's not.
Agreed. Yeah.
So when I got into this field and I got into that, grind, that time I came to know, okay, there is too much work for a teacher, and I started to respect this profession a lot more than. Honestly, I gained a lot of more respect for this profession.
So then when you realized the cons, then what?
Okay, so then I started looking for another opportunity, again in corporate sector.
Okay.
So corporate sector mein I then decided that this time I need to select a great kind of a company for me, and I'll stick around it. So when I was in like school teaching, I got my nikah to COVID times ke andar hi. So I was now nikah fight.
Yeah.
So I was looking for job opportunities. I told my husband about it as well, and one day randomly he just messaged me. There is an amazing company, RepStack, and it's an emerging company, and it has an amazing culture. So he sent me their LinkedIn profile and their Instagram handle. So मैंने research की उस पे, तो वो देख के मुझे it just clicked. I was like, this is amazing culture.
Yeah.
Why? Because I researched about their CEO, their COO, CFO, and I saw their videos, their pictures. They were just blending in with the employees just like their friends.
Yeah.
तो मुझे वो बड़ा एक अच्छा किस्म का कल्चर लगा, and then I saw lots of women in that company.
Yeah.
So that was again something a little.
It's a big plus.
Yes.
Yeah, I think especially when women are looking for jobs, it's a huge plus to see that there's lots of women working there. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can tell what the environment is going to be like. You can tell that it's a safe space if there's lots of women in the company. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So I saw their pictures and I was like, okay, I need to apply here. So for this, I first read their guidelines. मैंने अपनी research की RepStack पे, तो I got to know that they have a criteria of hiring. और उस criteria में क्या आता था? You need to have a home office. You need to have a proper laptop device.
Yeah, because I think it's all remote.
It's all remote.
Yeah.
So, and I did not want to, screw up my interview. I wanted to nail it.
Okay.
So,
like you had decided, I need to get in there, so I have to do well in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to do extremely well in the interview. So, I saw their job openings, and then I saw their job descriptions at what they were hiring for. So I started preparing. अब उसके अंदर मैंने क्या किया कि I had my room. तो मैंने उसी में एक home office setup किया अपना, and then I got a ring light for myself. I took out my laptop again. उसको मैंने दोबारा update किया, and I got a webcam for myself because again it's a remote base, so you will need to have a camera or a webcam. So once everything got settled in, I finally applied. Allah ka naam leke. So I applied and I got my screening interview. So that went pretty well. तो तब तक जब तक screening interview call आई थी मैंने resign put up कर दिया था.
सही.
So screening interview हुआ, it went really well, and then I got my final interview with the HR team. वो एक Zoom interview था, that also went really good, and then I was like given the offer letter from RepStack.
Right.
So that was like very exciting for me when I received that call. So I got really happy that, okay, yes, I did it. So I just achieved another milestone. So वो किया, and I got onboarded with RepStack. Now when I got into RepStack, I was amazed. Why I was amazed? Because when you get into a company, you are maximum told about their operations. कि अच्छा इस तरह operations हैं, ये आपका work है. You will be asked to do this, and you will be expected to deliver this. But here at RepStack, When they onboarded me, they had a whole RepStack Success Academy.
Okay.
And they had several paid courses
Okay.
that they gave me to get trained on. And then they had proper trainers
Okay.
who were training me up.
Okay. So when they hire someone, they train them first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they pay you for your training.
Okay.
They pay you for getting trained
Right,
on
right.
paid courses.
So they've incentivized that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And then when they were giving me those trainings, so there were like points ke I used to get sometimes confused क्योंकि जो CRMs उनके पास paid Go High Level, Pipeline Pro ये सारे paid CRMs हैं. So RepStack had those, and then RepStack had some paid trainings, and then they have lots of joint ventures with other companies in US. तो उनकी trainings थी. So I got very much overwhelmed when I joined. कि ये क्या है? So will I be able to cope up with this? तो बहुत fast pace है चीज़ें. तो they even understood that. तो उन्होंने मेरे साथ special एक training buddy assign कर दी. And that girl, she used to train me. She used to, help me out. Okay, if you're stuck here, I'll help you out.
Right.
So I joined in as an account manager associate. So I got my trainings. First week was really overwhelming. Slack tha for communication, ClickUp tha, it's a project management tool. So everything was really new to me. And it was like very dreamy. Why was it dreamy? Because मुझे यकीन नहीं आ रहा था कि how is everyone so much supportive? क्योंकि when you go into another company, not many, there are 2-3 people who are very supportive, but यहाँ पर मैं जिसके पास जिससे बात करती थी, that person was like, कभी, if you ever need help, just reach me out.
Yeah, so the whole environment was like that.
Yeah. So I spent my 1-month training and I was like really happy. Okay, I have landed at an amazing place. So now after 1 month, once you are trained and then once, they feel that you can now be placed with a client in US or UK. So they say that you're client ready. So my client ready hui, and I was ready to be placed with the client. At the same time, I heard that there are 2 job openings for RepStack internal team as well.
Okay.
So मैंने कहा यहाँ पर भी apply कर देते हैं. It is like going with a client is as good as going in internal team of RepStack.
Right.
They both are equally good. तो मैंने कहा कि जब तक client नहीं मिलता तब तक I'll also opt for this role. हो सकता है if I get selected here, so why not? I love to work for RepStack internal team. तो there were 2 openings. मैंने apply किया account management के लिए to be account manager of RepStack. जो RepStack के clients को deal करें. तो मैंने apply किया. I got another interview from director of operations. She was an amazing woman, and she interviewed me. She liked me a lot, and she said, "Okay, now you are COO. Akhtar will interview you."
Okay.
So मैंने कहा okay. So Akhtar COO, he interviewed me, and he also really liked me. So in my interview, I talked about one of my upselling strategy. How I used to upsell the offerings to the clients.
Okay.
Now from there, he picked up on this thing, and he saw something in me that even I did not know about. That was a salesperson hidden inside me.
You know how to sell.
So he saw that hidden salesperson, and he said, okay, you're good to go from my side. You will have 1 more interview. I was like, अच्छा मुझे तो कहा था कि ये final interview है, लेकिन चले I'll get in 1 more interview. That was with the CEO. That was Azhar. So Akhtar was looking after the account management side. He was the chief of that department, and then Azhar was the chief of sales department. So Azhar interviewed me, and then after his interview, I was sent out a message that we have selected you for the sales role.
Right.
So sales manager role for RepStack. So now when I got to hear about this, तो मेरा वो जो पिछला experience था when I told about so that was not good. And
the phone one.
That made me worry.
मैंने यही तो नहीं करना होगा. Because that was also converting sales, and this was also converting sales.
तो अब मैं होगी परेशान. तो मैंने कहा ये तो चीज़ ऑपोजिट हो गई है. So मैंने कहा कि okay, I got worried and I was like, now what do I do? I do not want to even refuse them because I really like this company a lot. So I just messaged my husband. I asked him कि this has happened. Now what should I do? What should I say? So he said कि opt for a sales role. It's an amazing role. तो मैंने कहा I had a bad experience. He said that you were not at the right place.
Yeah.
At right time.
Yeah.
So मैंने कहा okay. And then there was one of the directors of RepStack. Now here's an interesting fact. In RepStack we have 6 departments.
Okay.
And 6 departments की 4 directors are female. Only 2 are male.
Okay.
And those like and I'm one of them now.
Yeah.
So all of them are so compassionate and they are so humble. Okay, one of them, she just called me in her Zoom room and she coached me. She said okay, this is a better opportunity. If Akhtar and Azhar are they saw something in you, that means that you are good at this. So मैंने कहा then let's do it. Itna kiya hai, I'll do this. So I opted for this role and I started off as a sales manager. So why they wanted me in sales? Because उस वक्त sales department के अंदर they had very few people and account management में already there were a few
Enough people,
ladies.
yeah.
So I started off and then मैंने कहा okay, now I have to ace it again. So मैंने स्टार्ट ऑफ किया. मैंने थोड़े से प्रोसेसेस को समझा कि क्या प्रोसेस है, सेल्स का क्या प्रोसेस है, कैसे लीड्स कैसे आती हैं, व्हाट शुड वी डू. एंड आई स्टार्टेड टेकिंग नाउ RepStack के अंदर ही देयर आर कोचेस, देयर आर डिफरेंट कोचेस दैट दे हैव हायर्ड to coach their associates and then their internal team members. So I went to those coaches and I asked them कि what are some of the sales SOPs that I should be building up, क्योंकि ये department build up हो रहा था अभी. It only had one person who was the director and I was the manager and no one else. तो and Azhar was the chief. तो ये build up करना था. तो मैंने कहा कि I have to build it up very strong. So I got up lots of coaches. मैंने उनकी coachings ली पहले 1-2 महीना. I created a whole sales plan and sales plan create किया, sales SOPs create किए and then I started hiring for sales team क्योंकि we needed SDRs, we needed sales coordinators. So वो hiring start की, sales team में new लोग hire किए and then we started off the operations of sales. And that went out really, really successful. So it went so great कि like मेरी 3 months probation के अंदर I was able to close more than 69 deals.
Oh wow!
Like within my 3 months probation. So I was amazed. Like closing a deal. एक वो जगह थी जहाँ कॉल पिक की नहीं होनी थी and this place I closed 69 deals myself.
कॉन्फिडेंस को सही बूस्ट मिला होगा.
बिल्कुल आसमान पे पहुंच गया. and that confidence it gave me a drive to do more. Exactly. So and then like after 3 months probation got completed and I was awarded with a very, very like first title of RepStack, Rising Star. They curated it just for me. Okay, we will curate it for Urooj Akhtar because she has performed in this manner. So what happened was that then after 6 months I kept on growing. I kept on growing my sales team. They were like now booming as well. So in their particular domains. So then after 6 months I was given employee of the month. Again बहुत ज़्यादा boost confidence को मिला. So I worked even more hard then. मैंने और
like positive reinforcement बहुत ज़्यादा हो रही थी.
Yes. So when that positivity used to come in, मैं और ज़्यादा वर्क हार्ड करती थी. तो ऐसा ही था कि अच्छा ये कर लिया.
So I think that speaks a lot about the culture as well, right? Like they reward you and award you, so then you do better. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
Appreciation है basically.
बहुत ज़्यादा आप work hard करो तो आप मतलब you see my journey from from an account manager to sales manager and उसके बाद continuous appreciation, and then there came a point after 1 year when I hit my 1 year in RepStack, I was given the directorship of the department.
Yeah, sales director.
So, and then when I was given this title, I sat back and I thought about it. Ki, how did I get this title in the first place? So, Amna, there is a saying, ki, your mind is like a plant. You need just water to grow it.
Yeah.
So for me, my water, my sunlight, my oxygen, everything was RepStack. So RepStack became everything, and it became so important for me कि मैंने hardly कोई छुट्टी की होगी in my 1 year period. So I used to, I feel so excited going to work, getting up ready for work. क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे पता है appreciation बहुत ज़्यादा है. So when I sat back and I thought about it, कि how did I come from here to there? So when I thought about it, तो मेरे mind में ये बातें आई कि there was so much a support. पहली बात, I used to get so much support from my peers, from the chiefs, from other women, from even the male members. Because इतनी gender equality है, ऐसा नहीं है कि if we are 65% women employed, women empowered company, it's not like कि men को हम discriminate करते हैं. नहीं.
Equal.
We keep them equal.
Yeah.
If we are celebrating Mother's Day, उसी zeal के साथ we celebrate Father's Day.
Right.
So we take initiatives for both the genders. So there is no glass ceiling effect.
Yeah.
तो वो जब मतलब ये mind में आया ना कि there is no glass ceiling effect and there is so much support, and if I'll work hard, if I'll strive, तो I'm gonna thrive.
Yeah.
तो ये जब mindset बना तो I started working hard, and still even after becoming the director, each day I go in and I invest myself into my work because I know कि उसका reward है. और उसका reward मतलब without any discrimination है. So whatever you do, you're gonna get rewarded for that.
Yeah. So right now you're in the internal team at RepStack, right? But generally, what do RepStack do? They connect freelancers to clients. Is that how they work, or they sort of provide talent to different companies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they do is that we provide talent, especially young talent, like with 1 to 2 years of experience. We give them opportunities to work with top digital marketing agencies in US, Canada, UK,
so basically you look for digital marketing talent in Pakistan and provide opportunities for those people to companies abroad.
Yes.
Okay.
And we make sure that we train the person ourselves.
Okay.
We polish their skills so much that the skill set digital marketing agencies need, we enable them to do those things for them.
So it's not like, you're just finding the talent and then connecting them. So you first sort of recruit that talent.
Yes.
You train them, you teach them, and then you connect them.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have
That's good. So they're ready for that company.
Yeah, they're ready for that. And then there is a whole RepStack culture that's they're in. Like we have Slack, we have Karma initiatives for them. Karma was like something our associates loved. We take care of their health insurances. We take care of any problems. We take care of their internet backups. And there are so many things. We invest ourselves in these associates.
Okay.
So, and then when the associate from RepStack, they go with the client, we still are in touch with the client and we make sure the associate is thriving. And if the associate needs any other trainings or any other on-the-job equipment or any other on-the-job knowledge, we provide that to them.
Okay.
So we get those trainings, and then we have whole internal departments. Like if we are placing a marketing associate, we have a whole marketing department. So that marketing department helps those people out if they're stuck. And same goes for sales. Agar koi sales ka banda place hote, that person gets stuck, I call them in sales room. We train them and we help them to work with the client.
Okay, so I want to talk to you a bit about, because you've shared your journey of you know finding that first job, and then switching from place to place, switching fields, and then finally ending up in sales, something that you didn't think you would end up eventually doing. Can you talk to me a bit about the struggles of building your career and finding that right job, especially as a woman, but generally overall as well, after sort of graduating? What are your thoughts on that? Or what are some things that, maybe all those women that are listening now could be keeping in mind when they are thinking of building a career? Because I think we don't have enough of that conversation going on around us, where we're lost. Yeah. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay. So this is a very interesting question, because even me myself, I had to struggle a lot to get to this point. So I would suggest each and every woman who is watching me today, I would advise them to work hard and never give up. Keep working hard till you reach that point. And if you feel you're not being appreciated, or if your work is not being considered at some place, switch to a better opportunity. Right now, for like me, my mind says only RepStack. क्योंकि यहाँ पर mostly women, they are housewives, they are mothers, and RepStack takes care of them. Like, we started our menstrual hygiene program, and that got featured on Food Panda Singapore pages, and they are appreciating RepStack being Pakistani company.
What was this program?
It was menstrual hygiene. So basically what we started was that we got in a collaboration with Food Panda, and we started sending out sanitary pads to all the women of RepStack every month.
So
and they used to receive them on their doorstep every month. So this initiative, that was a small step that we just did for our female workforce, lekin it created such a great impact like Pakistan is being praised like a Pakistani company, So that's like something huge for us.
Yeah, and I think it puts out a statement that, they take care of their female employees.
Yeah,
interesting.
So I would advise every woman to seek such an opportunity for them, where their work is appreciated, and they need to be that strong-willed to put that every inch of their hard work, and they'll see the results.
Yeah, so like to be headstrong, dedicated, and also to sort of, see if the culture of that place resonates with you. Yeah. And I think your story is an example of that. It's okay to switch. It's okay to move around until you find that place where you feel like, you are appreciated. And I think most importantly, where you can achieve your highest potential and thrive. Because you know what a workplace can do? A workplace can either completely destroy your potential or enhance it.
True.
Right? So I think recognizing that and having that self-awareness, I think is very important. And what do you think some of the leads that women can take when they're building a career or looking for a job? So for example, what are some avenues where they can look at, like LinkedIn, or what do you think?
All right. So for the avenue, first I would always recommend LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn pay, there are so many job openings that come up, and mostly like big good companies, they do come on LinkedIn and they open up their job openings. Other than that, I would suggest that they do go for other platforms like Rosie.pk. It's a good platform. वहाँ पर अच्छी job openings आती हैं. And for me, LinkedIn worked out the best.
And I think an interesting point to note would be that when women are thinking of building their career, they need to invest in upskilling themselves, kind of like you did. So, get courses. If there's a career that you want to excel in, look for jobs on platforms like LinkedIn, Rosie PK. At the same time, look for places that can offer courses that you can take to, upskill yourself. And then at the same time, find jobs that can get you the experience in those areas.
Yes.
So a lot of the times, what I've noticed also in a lot of young people is that they're just focused on the last step of what they want to achieve, but they're skipping the steps in the middle. So a lot of the times you have to find workplaces which are stepping stones. Right? So you can be like, okay, I need to work here so that I can build a certain experience or learn a certain skill, which will eventually get me this dream job that I want. Because you can't just get the dream job. So you have to do that work.
Yep.
And it's also interesting that, once you learn the skills, then you made your profile on Fiverr, and I think there are other platforms like that as well.
Yes.
I think Upwork
Fiverr,
and Fiverr. Make your accounts there, get in touch with, find clients, do the work. उससे आपका experience हो जाता है, and then get a job that can maybe help you, that can be a stepping stone, and then eventually apply when you're ready. So I think it's also a mistake to just jump in for what you want because you aren't even ready for it. Exactly. So you will get a rejection.
Yes.
So first do the work, make yourself ready, and then apply for that position.
True.
Yeah. And of course, I think there's so many other factors like building the right CV, networking, talking to the right people. It's all, there's a lot of steps one can take and do.
And then when you have done the hustle yourself, you would know the importance of that job. You would work hard. You would actually be really serious about it because you have done the whole hustle. You have been through all those stepping stones that you talked about. You have been through all those jobs that helped you land into this specific job.
And I think having a strong foundations and being fundamentally strong is more important.
True.
To land that job eventually, because if you're just going to sort of try to find shortcuts and just get what you want, you will be lacking in the fundamentals. So in long term, it's not going to be sustainable.
True.
Yeah, you will land the job and you won't know what to do.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And then enabling yourself, like getting the skill set, because university studies, they are like studies.
It's very basic actually.
They're very basic. You need to enhance your skill set. You need to keep working on yourself. Like right now, I'm doing this job, or साथ on the job, RepStack is providing me the trainings on different CRMs, extendly trainings, different coachings. They want me to keep enhancing my skill set. So this was like, I never even envisioned it कि this would happen. कि एक ऐसी company जो मुझे साथ साथ मेरा skill set भी polish करा रही है, and then they're giving me that dream job opportunity as well. So I am like right now, when I work, मेरा उसमें से 1 घंटा trainings का होता है.
Right.
So I train myself. I get my skills even more polished. So this is something that you need to continue doing. Even if you're a marketing person, if you're a salesperson, account manager, whatever field, even if you're a teacher, you need to keep polishing
making
your
yourself
skills.
better. Like I think it's so important to understand that you have to keep investing in yourself. If you want to be, it's as simple as that. If you want someone to hire you, and that's just hiring, right? If you want someone to like you, anything at all, right? If you want to be charismatic, if you want to get whatever it is that you want to get, you have to increase your value so that you can get it. And for that you have to make that effort into investing yourself, ताकि आप अपने आप को उस value पे लेके आओ, उतना worthy बनाओ, and then it's gonna happen. You can't be like, okay, I'm gonna stay the same and now I'm gonna try to get this.
Never. This is never gonna happen.
I think it's so important that I think nobody tells you that like sit down and like identify your strengths and your weaknesses and then figure out, okay, what does this position require? Do I have those strengths? If I do have those strengths, maybe I can enhance them. If I don't have those strengths, then maybe this job isn't for me.
Yes.
Or if I have weaknesses, then maybe I can I convert them into strengths? I think all of this thinking that we just don't tend to do behind finding the right job for ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's what I have learned, through your story about career building and finding that job. So thank you for that. Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, yeah, I would like to add. I would like to add it for all the people out there that always be yourself. Never force yourself into any decision. If I would have forced myself into medical, it wouldn't have worked out for me, and I know that. I knew that, and if I would have forced myself into my first job, I wouldn't have landed here. If I would have forced myself into teaching, I wouldn't have been satisfied. So never force yourself. Always be yourself, and then always work hard.
Right.
Whenever you work hard, you get the desired outcome.
Yeah. And I think that, internally, if you listen to your intuition, you can always know that you are working sort of, if something or a situation or a place is going against your tide, and you can feel very well if it's going with your tide, and you will always feel a very natural flow when something is in line with who you are, is aligned with who you are. And no matter how much you're gonna try to go against your tide, or sort of force yourself to align with something, it's not going to happen. It will be like banging your head against a wall repeatedly trying to make this work. So taking a step back to analyze and see, I think it's essential.
True.
Yeah, I think that's some great thoughts. Like, that's a great ending note. So that was a long conversation. Thank you so much for taking out this time, having this conversation
pleasure.
with me, sharing all your thoughts. Very insightful, very interesting. And I hope that you guys learned something from this too. It was a different conversation, very refreshing. I don't think I've had a conversation on career building on this platform before. So if there is someone you think who can benefit from this conversation, please share this with them. I personally think there's a lot of people that can benefit from this. And please leave comments if there is something that you want to share. I'd love to read your comments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Allah Hafiz.